Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from December 5th through the 7th, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle coming out for Gemini. Let's see what's going on. So, Gemini. They have your higher self here, and we have family, friends, and guides. I feel like for many of you, right, this would look like you know that miracles are happening for you, or that things, especially when it comes to legal matters, I feel that there's going to be miracles in the legal department, especially if you have to go to court, especially if you have to present yourself to some authorities, present your case. I feel that your compassion for turning over a new leaf is going to be heard. I feel that for many of you, you're getting a big no in some aspect of things. So, but it's actually a good thing. There's like, this is a miracle that you're getting a no. Things are going to happen in your favor, but the no is in your favor, if that makes sense, right? So that could be that someone's trying to sue you, or someone is trying to come after you legally, and there's a no being involved here. No, we're not changing this, and it's good that it's not changing from what I'm seeing here. This is actually a good thing. I feel that Neptune placements and fourth house placements are going to have a big say so over what happens, especially if you're having to do anything with the legal, like anything legal. I feel that you need to say to yourself consistently, I am deeply loved by the universe. Usually saying that, it's important that you say it first of all, because everything starts in the mind, as we all know. Maybe we all don't know, but if you don't, that's how our brain takes things down as fact. And our brains and our spirit notice synchronicities, notice patterns, symbolism, and things of that nature. But our minds take in what we see. So you will want your subconscious to be aware that I am deeply loved by the universe. So you want to say it like you mean it, and say it a few times. I would venture that you say it about 8 times maybe. And I'd say 8 because of the angel number that I'm seeing, 1331, breaking down to an 8. So that would help. You say that to yourself, and as you say it, you're going to see the shifts, because when you are deeply loved by the universe is like, well, within reason, without breaking the universal synchronicity of the world, we are going to shift this for Gemini, so Gemini could have the outcome that they deserve, not in a bad way. Like, people say that they mean it in a bad way, like have the day you deserve. And I always find that funny. I kind of laugh whenever I hear it, even if someone says it to me, because I'm like, okay, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. I still think it's funny though, but they're kind of saying that, that's what is going to happen. So you get a no. It's important because there's something about spirit trying to shift things at the root of the problem, root of the issue. I feel that for many of you, you may not even realize that the person you were dealing with, or people in your life, have addictions, have issues, and you sense it, you know it, but you want to ask yourself why. There, that will give you the key. Say you don't know what the addiction is. Maybe you're like, there's something going on there. They're on something. They're doing something. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Have faith in your own skills and talents. Right? I feel that you can see the root of someone's problems very easily, and spirit's trying to extricate you from the problem altogether. But it's really time to move forward and move on. Don't harp on an issue. Okay, Archangel Michael is coming in to make, I think, to help you make a statement. Usually Archangel Michael is the one that comes in as like the warrior behind you, like, yeah, whatever Gemini says, they're in the background. Yeah, you could be like, handle my lightweight, Archangel Michael. Yeah, I feel that you really should not give a crap what anyone thinks. Don't try to get anyone to approve or believe in you or listen to what you have to say, really. Now, it's not about making a statement as much as it is um, speaking your truth, right? Just saying what you feel, meaning what you say, and leaving it at that. Who cares what anyone thinks about what that is? Who gives a crap? But you do want to question why you feel the way you feel about a certain person or people. Are they, if you feel that they have an addiction or a problem, or they're really codependent on you. It feels like someone's life is deeply affected by anything you say or do. And spirit's like, who gives a crap how it affects this person? They have issues. You can't be catering to somebody's issues. You really can't. Forget it. I don't mean to say that, but I'm like, forget them. I feel that for many of you too, this may be a thing where you're going to court and they ask you a question, you plead the fifth, because I'm seeing Neptune placements. Like, you don't need to know. If you really need to know, you'll then, you know what I mean, that'll be found out. But I don't have to tell you anything. I feel like that's another aspect of things too. So as long as we stick to the root of the problem, you don't need to know all the nitty gritties of everything. And that's something that you may need to address too, and stand your ground on that. I said no and I meant it, right? Um, so you have the King of Cups, the Lovers, King of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. That's your energy in this. Your energy is talking about what's best for you is what's best for everyone else. You have other opportunities, other options, and you need to move on because there's other things that you could be putting your energy into. You need to be dreaming a lot bigger for yourself. You do have a lot more options than you realize. Angel number 1331 speaks of good fortune. You have a bright future ahead of you. I feel that you're going to get very good advice. You may be enlightened to something. I really do feel like more so than anything else is an enlightenment about the conditions of other people, like where they are, especially if they're trying to come against you legally. Um, Everything's going to work out in your favor. Just know that even a no works out in your favor. If you must say no, stand on that. It will work in your favor. Even if you feel like legally I can't say no, I have to. No, you don't. No, you don't. Answer is like no. The answer is no. Family, friends, and guides. Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. Passed on loved one energy, typically. This represents reevaluating their path in life, what you know about your family lineage, reevaluating it, and seeing that you have other options. They had other options. They did not. It's almost to say you don't want to follow in their footsteps. You want to see that this is what happened when they did this. So let me now focus on what the other options could be, and who gives a crap what other people think. I know if I were them, I would have did this instead. And that's kind of where they're coming from with that. Fear, because it feels like whatever you're going through, your family has gone through it, and it may be something everyone kind of knows about, right? That so and so didn't really do what was best for them, right? They chose the same thing. They chose to throw themselves back into the ring instead. They chose to reconcile something. They chose to just make it work or just get along to get along. Instead, you're like, yeah, I saw how that worked out for them. I'm good. Fear is the Justice and Queen of Wands. For many of you, you may be worried. The reason why Spirit's saying who gives a crap what anyone else thinks, don't worry about whether they approve of what you feel and what you want to do it or not, because the fear would be that if you say no, they're going to come back harder, and you may be expecting the worst, expecting the whole, no means no. No is a complete sentence, and that's something they want you to understand. And they're showing that there's a fear that if I do that, they're going to come back harder, and that's not true. It's just time to move on. That's something that may be very well understood by others in general too. Like, it is time to move on. But if Gemini wants to keep going, I'm gonna keep, kind of and Spirit's like, yeah, just move on, right? Because there's miracles on the path of no. Especially if that's what you're feeling. Who cares if it hurts other people? Who cares if, oh gosh, you're gonna be crushed? They have a problem. If it's not you, kind of kowtow. What do you call it? I want to say kowtowing, but if it's not for you tap dancing to their little tune, they'll find something else or someone else to tap dance to it. They need something here. Like, they don't even need it. It's like they have an addiction. They have a problem. I can't even describe how they have a problem. And if you don't want to get caught up in their thing and whatever it is that they're doing, Spirit's like, just say no. If you feel a no, then it's a freaking no. And who cares if they're sad about it? Cry me a river, Johnny. Like, really. Playing it safe, Knight of Swords and the Star. And so this is an intention that Spirit wants you to be on, is that I want to heal. I want my life to be up here. And so the safest thing you could ever do is declare it, and then move towards that instead. Move to, like, this is what, you don't have access to me. The safest thing you could do is to express that there's no access to something. It's the safest thing you could do is say freaking no. You want to use bronze. Now that's you could use the color or the actual metal itself. Bronze is something that strengthens the body. When our bodies are strong, our spirits soar. So your spirit wants to soar through your body, and Archangel Michael is standing behind you. So the taller you stand, the harder the words, the impact of the words, the harder the impact of your presence, of your message, of your statement. I hope this makes sense. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Sagittarius, another Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, or an Aries. Okay, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius Pisces cusp, Pisces Aries cusp, or a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. If you're not dealing, or a Libra Scorpio cusp also, if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.